The Vatican. Throughout the ages, the towering walls have provided a safe haven for precious artifacts, hushed discussions, and hidden truths that have the potential to challenge our core convictions. While some secrets are still locked up in the dark, some have been let out in the open. Sit tight as we look at 10 mysterious secrets hidden by the Vatican. Number 1 remains the most unbelievable secret, so watch till the end. 10. Michelangelo wasn't so thrilled to work on the Sistine Chapel. When Michelangelo was in his 30s, he was given the task of adorning the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, while he was already occupied with Pope Julius II's marble tomb. Surprisingly, he didn't seize the chance. He saw himself a sculptor rather than a painter, which is understandable given his artistic preferences. Nevertheless, he willingly took on the assignment and dedicated years to creating the renowned frescoes. What's truly remarkable is that Michelangelo and his team managed to paint the ceiling while standing up, using scaffolding. Today, the chapel is a location for the conclave to choose a new pope. Wow, this is amazing. Let's see if the next one will be as enlightening as this. 9. The Swiss Guard, protectors of a different era. The Vatican Swiss Guard is known for its long and rich history dating back to the early 16th century. It's one of the oldest and smallest military units in the world. In addition to their ceremonial uniforms and the important role they play during Vatican events, the Swiss Guard also plays a crucial role in ensuring the security of the Vatican. Their responsibilities include protecting the Pope, ensuring the security of important entrances, and adding an extra level of defense. However, hidden within their history is a little-known fact: the extraordinary training regimen that harkens back to a bygone era. Generations of training have equipped these modern guardians with the necessary skills in combat, marksmanship, and strategy to handle any situation that may come their way. This is incredible. Did you have an idea of this before now? 8. The Vatican's Army of Exorcists. In the age of modern psychology and neuroscience, it might be tempting to dismiss exorcism as a relic of the past or something only seen in horror movies. However, it's important to note that the practice is still actively performed within the Catholic Church. Interestingly, Father Gabriel Amorth, the former chief exorcist of the Vatican who passed away in 2016, claimed to have conducted an astonishing 130,000 exorcisms during his tenure. In 2018, the Vatican hosted an annual exorcism school where 250 priests from around the world gathered. This event was organized by the church in response to what they believe is an increase in demonic possessions in recent years. It serves as a reminder that the practice of casting out demons is still relevant today. According to Pope Francis, it's important for individuals to seek the help of an exorcist when they are experiencing genuine spiritual disturbances without any hesitation. Exorcism, although a topic of controversy, has been practiced by even modern popes despite its sensational nature and reports of abuse. What do you think about exorcism? To me, it's a very scary process. The next secret isn't as scary though. 7. The Vatican has the finest Swiss bodyguards. In modern times, the Swiss are known for their peaceful nature, but in the 1500s, they were renowned for their formidable military prowess. Swiss armies were well known for their expertise in using the halberd, a formidable weapon that combined a spear and an axe. Their ground troops had a reputation for consistently defeating enemy forces on horseback. 500 years ago, Pope Julius II was so impressed by the ferocity in battle that he enlisted a select group of soldiers to serve as his personal bodyguards. Throughout history, Swiss guards have remained steadfastly loyal to the Pope, even sacrificing their lives in service. For example, during the sacking of Rome in 1527, a significant number of them lost their lives while protecting Pope Clement VII as he made his escape. Today, the Swiss Guard, consisting of around 100 members, can often be seen wearing Renaissance attire as they perform ceremonial duties or carry out security checks in and around the Vatican. When the guards are assigned to protect the Pope, they opt for more casual attire and carry modern weapons. How fine are they? Have you ever seen one before? The next secret would blow your mind. 6. The many scandals of the Vatican Bank. The Vatican Bank, also known as Institutum Pro Eribus Religionis or IOR, has been involved in numerous scandals, tarnishing its reputation. The Catholic Church's main financial institution has faced numerous scandals since its establishment in 1942. Business Insider compiled a concise list of the top 5 from the 2015 book God's Bankers, highlighting these incidents. The bank was established during World War II as a means to navigate around the financial limitations imposed by the Allies. Consequently, the Vatican Bank, being exempt from these restrictions, gained a reputation as an exceptional offshore bank. Since then, the Vatican Bank has gained a reputation for its associations with organized crime, taking advantage of the Vatican's sovereignty to avoid the attention of global financial institutions. Interesting, right? 5. The Mafia dipped into the collection plate. In The Godfather Part 3, a questionable agreement between the Mafia and the Vatican results in the tragic assassination of the Pope. Is this story based on real events? Perhaps. Pope John Paul I passed away on the morning of the 29th of September 1978, while still in the early days of his papacy. Despite Vatican officials stating that the 65-year-old Pope passed away due to a heart attack, no autopsy was conducted. Additionally, during that period, the Vatican was known to have connections with organized crime. In 1982, Father Paul Marcinkus stepped down as the president of Vatican Bank due to a string of scandals that revealed the bank's connections to the Mafia. In the end, the bank had to reimburse its creditors for over $200 million. However, Marcinkus was never charged with the crime. While there were suspicions surrounding his potential involvement in various mysterious deaths, including that of Pope John Paul I, Marcinkus was able to assert diplomatic immunity in the United States. He eventually retired to Arizona in 1990 and passed away there 16 years later. Wow, so much for the picture in our heads of the Holy Vatican. The next secret would blow your mind just as much as this did. 4. The Vatican's $5 million cover-up. Amidst allegations of involvement with the Third Reich, organized crime, regime overthrow, and numerous abuse scandals, the Vatican faced a costly scandal in the 1970s. Some spendthrift monks misappropriated tens of millions of dollars, causing damage to both the Vatican's finances and reputation. According to the New York Times, a monastic order in Philadelphia called the Paulines collected millions of dollars for religious endeavors like saying masses, constructing shrines, and improving a cemetery. Surprisingly, they failed to follow through on these projects. Instead, these monks used the funds to buy cars, televisions, stereos, and other luxury items, which seemed contradictory to their vow of poverty. The Vicar General's actions are highly inappropriate and unethical. He not only used donations for personal purposes, but also took advantage of his position to embezzle money from his friends. This behavior is completely unacceptable and goes against the principles of trust and integrity. What do you think? 3. The Vatican's Secret Court for Terrible Sins. The Apostolic Penitentiary, also referred to as the Tribunal of Conscience, was established by Pope Alexander III in 1179 and remained largely secretive until 2009. The tribunal deals with the cases involving serious sins that can only be absolved by the Pope. It's interesting to think about the types of serious offenses that are presented before this confidential court, especially when regular priests and bishops are capable of handling confessions involving genocide. Some examples of inappropriate actions within the church include attempting harm to the Pope, a priest violating the confidentiality of the confessional, engaging in inappropriate relationships while still holding a position of authority, supporting or participating in abortions while aspiring to become a priest, or disrespecting the communion wafer. Yes, that is considered more severe than genocide. The Pope, through this tribunal and its head known as the Major Penitentiary, either grants absolution to the person seeking mercy or allows the automatic excommunication that comes with such grievous sins to remain. These cases are typically handled in a discreet and anonymous manner, as they are seen as personal matters rather than public issues. It's a conclusion that can be easily understood and accepted. So, there are normal sins and terrible sins? I didn't know that. Did you know this before now? 2. The Vatican smuggled Nazis to safety. After the Allies won in Germany at the end of World War II, the Nazis realized that Europe was no longer a safe haven for them. As a result, they started looking for other places to escape to. Many high-ranking Nazi officials, including war criminals, were able to flee to South American countries such as Brazil, Chile, and Argentina. Many of these escapees successfully found their way out of Europe using routes through either Spain or Italy, commonly referred to as rat lines. According to a Guardian article discussing a book by Harvard researcher Gerald Steinacker, certain travel documents that fell into the possession of the Nazis were distributed by a Red Cross that was either overwhelmed or occasionally overly sympathetic. Additionally, it's revealed that the Vatican knowingly provided assistance to many Nazi fugitives. Is this good or bad? You most definitely would know the next, or not. Check it out. 1. The Vatican is home to the world's largest art collections. The Vatican museums were established by Pope Julius II during the early 16th century and are home to an exceptional art collection. The museums house around 70,000 works, with about 20,000 of them being exhibited at a given time. Every year, millions of people visit the museums to admire famous works such as the Sistine Chapel ceiling, painted by Michelangelo, the Raphael rooms, and the Museo Pio Clementino. True or not? The Vatican sure is full of secrets. What other secrets do you think we missed out on? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to this channel.